Welcome to the Build a Purposeful, Profitable Business Doing What You Absolutely Love podcast, hosted weekly by me, Ange Dove, your work from anywhere coach, professional copywriter, published author, and business owner of 20 years. In every episode, I will deliver useful insights to help you find your voice, position your value, demystify the marketing tech, and run your business on your terms. So come on in. Okay, welcome to this episode, and I'm really excited today to have a brand expert, Bea Salomma, with us today, and she's based in Amsterdam. So this is what I love about doing these interviews. We're just working with people around the world. It's all very international. So Bea, welcome to the program today.
So Angie, I think also like working from anywhere, right? So it's like in your podcast, you have people from anywhere. So it's also nice showing what you are really doing for your business. And also people you are interviewing. And I'm really happy to be here as the one of these.
That's wonderful. Okay. So Bea, just introduce yourself to the listeners and just tell us what it is that you do and what motivates you to do what you do.
So I'm a personal brand style coach. It sounds like really complicated position or name, but it's all about you. So personal brand, it's actually I have very easy definition. It's you. So I'm always simplifying all these definitions, like from this big, complicated, long sentences to very short and very simple, as also my working methods. So personal brand for female entrepreneurs, we always think that it's really complicated when we think on these big brands. I could name a few, like always I have in my mind Coca-Cola, because we always know it. But when it comes to us, to our personal brand, it's always very simple because it's us. Okay. And as the subject of today, our conversation, it's about being you and being authentic. Authentic you in what you do.
Right. Because I know that for some people, when they're starting off, and certainly this was the case for me as well, I was starting off my business and I had a coach that said to me, just be yourself. And I was like, I don't know who I am. Who am I? Right.
So and this is actually really, I always say, very difficult question, right? Like who you are. And how I do it with my clients, it's about style identity, because it's personal brand, but there is also style and there is identity. And then what you said, be yourself. So this is what I would like to give today to the listeners as well, to give you a few steps if you are thinking like how to build my personal brand style. I always say start with identity, and like you say, be yourself. It's not really easy tip to implement, right? Because who am I? We change in every stage of our life. So for your listeners, also when you start new business, it's again new stage, and who I am as a business owner, for example, who I am as a mother, who I am as a partner or a neighbor, or whoever you want to be, a friend. So I defined a 5-question formula to guide entrepreneurs to find out. You need to ask yourself a few questions and answer them, and it takes sometimes more time than you think. But you plant a seed in your mind already. And first of the questions is actually what you mentioned: who you are. And I always say, give yourself time, because be yourself doesn't work. You need to journal. So I always advise, just take your time and just write, like free writing. Actually, it's also connected with what you are doing, copywriting, but free writing also opens your mind to give yourself time, to give yourself whatever you have, 15 minutes a day, then second day, try again. And it takes time to get there. But once you are there, you know, okay, this is my direction even for your business. The second question is, what are your values? Really connected with the first one. And values are mostly not changing, but the direction you apply them is changing. Because first time when you are employed in a big corporation, then your values are a little bit different, or maybe the first value is to be successful, and when you start your own business, maybe the freedom will be the first value, which was the fifth one before. So you need to see and you need to correct like how my values are changing with time, but it's also very important to find even your style. Right.
So what you're saying
and
is that your values
are also doing it together.
Right. So your values don't change, but the priorities you give them, is that what you're saying, will change?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
And priorities you give to your life as well when you make such a big change and such a big move, and values goes with the flow. Go with the flow. Okay. And then the third question is, what's your lifestyle?
Mm-hmm.
Because the lifestyle also changes with all these changing activities you are making. And the fourth one is, how do you want to show up?
Right.
And this you learn with time. This is the process. Once you start your business, you start to get to know your client avatar, your audience, what you really want to give them, what's your offer. And the last one, and very big one, is what's your vision? And applying this. So this vision, actually, I think once your audience is starting the business, the vision is already there. So what's your vision for the personal brand style as well? Right. And the identity you apply with all these 5 questions you can start with, it's already something which is really different from what's on the market, because the style and style identity, it's 2 different things. So you start to be yourself, which is not new you, but I always say like real you. So we get to the core.
Yeah, that's really interesting, because just a disclosure with the listeners, I've actually worked with you and you've helped me with my personal brand, which I thank you for so much. And it
was a pleasure, and we had fun together.
We did. And I just, the thing that got me with working with you is you're very skilled at bringing out, I suppose, making people feel comfortable about who they are and recognizing that. And there was no trying to get me to be different. Okay. Because the authenticity thing comes through, right? It's how are you going to show up as authentically you and somebody that you're comfortable with, because you can't be a persona 24 hours a day and be something you're not, because that's very tiring and draining, right? So
actually, it doesn't work at the end.
Yeah, it doesn't work. You're just a fake, right? So I think that was something that was, okay, she's letting me be me. Okay. And then through that process, realizing, okay, well, this is who I am.
Yeah. And this was, how did it feel for you? Because this is also very important. Like you say, it was really comfortable, but it was also
freeing.
Really fun.
It was kind of giving me permission to be who I wanted to be. Because I think we get caught up with trying to be who we think people think we should be. Right. And you're trying to play up to expectations, perhaps, of who you should be if you're in a certain role. Like, for example, when I was still am running it, but running my copywriting agency and going to see clients, I would always dress up in a suit. Right. And that wasn't me at all. Right. But
and then you didn't feel as you when you had a meeting, right?
Yeah. So just having that permission to, well, you can wear what you're comfortable with and wear what speaks to you was really important. It was that permission to be you, which was really freeing.
Yeah, I think it's the most important part of all the process, because the online market, it's so busy. It's every year even more busy, but it doesn't mean that you cannot be yourself, because we, especially I think when we start a business, we look around what's happening here and there. And it's really easy to get caught up in this, like, what's happening? I need to be like you said, like this person or the other.
Yeah,
And the
comparing
clue
yourself
and
to
the
others.
secret is to not to go this direction, but to
Yeah.
find what's your direction to stand out.
Yes,
Actually, to
carve
stand
out
out,
your own
because
niche,
once
right?
you are yourself, yes. And
Yeah.
actually, what we always have this conversation, and also together, that what we like also, as when we invest in something, we also like to have somebody who is different.
Yeah.
Who you feel it, like we as human beings, we read between lines. So one is what somebody is saying, but there is this first impression, which some of us like it and accept it, some of us don't like it. Like, how can it be that somebody can judge me just in speed of the seconds? So the newest research, it's really like from 3 till 5 seconds, we have this glimpse on somebody, and we our brain already make assumptions.
Right.
So this is something we will not avoid, and this is what we do unconsciously as well to others.
Right.
So this is how our brain works. So the first impression is something which your style identity, personal brand style, can help you to work with, because you know, when you translate who you are, when you answer all these 5 questions, the very important thing is to work with how you can translate this into your style. Once you know it, once you know, like, I'm expressing myself with what I wear, and this is really authentic, then this first impression is exactly how you are, who you are. So this is really about this message you send to the work. So style as a communication tool for your business, I would say.
Right. And I find as well, for a lot of people just starting out as well, that usually when they're reluctant to put themselves out there, it's because they're not comfortable with that identity that they've built for themselves, or they think they should have. So it's when you have the confidence to say, right, this is who I am, and you're unapologetically you. I think that's the key, right? To just be confident.
Yeah, and I think it's the clue to success is to build your wardrobe in a way that I always say, if you spend more than 5 minutes in the morning looking what you need to wear, then you need to come to me. In the brackets, of course, but then it means that, okay, we need to do something with that. So it should end most of the time, the average time we spend looking in our wardrobe and thinking what we want to wear. And I'm thinking about meeting with clients. I'm thinking about Zoom meetings, also webinars, offline and online. Approximately it's 20-30 minutes when you really don't know how to do it. Then when you count it by days, months, and a year, it's really a lot of time we spent on things which could be really improved. And the idea is that you can just open your wardrobe, you just take whatever you take, because you know everything goes together. You can mix and match, and you have a small wardrobe, like I call it brand capsule wardrobe.
Right.
And you just put it on, and then you don't have this feeling, as what you say, that I don't know what to wear, and then I don't go live. Or I don't do this webinar this month, or I do it next month. So it's all procrastination comes then, because there is like open door for that. We don't know, so we don't do. And once you know it, you just do it, because there is like there was this one factor less. Of course, there is a lot of fear. There are also other factors we can improve to run our business. But also for you, how was it for you when we changed your wardrobe from this huge, big, very abandoned, I would say, wardrobe to a smaller one?
Well, I think it was a case of, like, as you know, and I think a lot of people, women are like this, right? You get items in your wardrobe where you haven't even taken the tag off from the shop and you've never worn it, right?
Yeah.
So it was like that with a lot of it. And then I was finding that I was basically wearing 10% of the clothes I had, because they were the go-to, they were the comfortable things. So with your help building up that, to have everything be that way, I'm just comfortable putting it on and wearing it. And then, as you say, not having to think about what to put on in the morning, because everything that you've got is something that you can wear. and you're happy with. And there's awareness as well for me of the colors. So being able to go to a shop and pick something out and say, yeah, that's the right color for me, or that's not the right color for me, and forget it, right? That saves money as well.
Yes, it saves money. It's also, there was also research on how much we spend monthly approximately. Of course, it changes from every person, but like let's take an average. It's more than 1,000 euros a month we spend often on items we will never wear. So for some of you, it will be 200, 500. And when you count again times 12 and on a yearly basis, then you think, wow, we don't count it really. When we would take all this clothes with the tax still on, we will see that it saves you money, saves you time. So these are really two things. But the most important, it helps you grow your business. And this is, I think, a little bit new approach, because we think about style when we think about us as individuals, a private person, like doing lifestyle, like around children, around the house, around our hobbies. But we need to start thinking also about style when it comes to our business, because this is such a huge, it can give you like such a huge boost of confidence that we don't even think about this, because it's not really common. But this is one, I always say, you work in your business, you don't work on your business. So this is actually probably the stage when you start your business, you work in your business. So you do all you need to learn how to manage all these things you don't even like to do, organization, accountancy, and not only creating, not only what you love, but also like the all daily tasks to just run your business. But once you start working on your business, then it's also strategy. It's your style identity. It's your personal brand. All these things which really makes you look different. And as I said, stand out, because the stand out to show up, it's really something which is, I feel, very strong and very important.
Yeah, it's really important.
But and as you mentioned, also colors. Colors, and I just want to one sentence on colors and body shape, or also knowing.
Okay.
Because first 5 questions, it's like the first step, and then once you know your colors, we all have colors which really suits us. Not so it's like often we can look at somebody on the street, we can see like, oh my God, she looks so amazing, she has this and that. But is it really our style? It's nice to have inspiration, but often we like something on somebody else, but not necessarily it's our style. So to know your colors, to know your body shape, then you know your fits, then you go shopping and you just know, no, this is not for me. I just even don't go there. These are not colors. So we were also talking about trend in colors. Now the color is magenta. So it's all over the world. As we were talking that this color will be everywhere. So if you know that magenta is your color, it's the time for you to go shopping. But if it's not, maybe you wait for the next season. So once you know you have this personalized, customized formula also for yourself, then it's a next step. Then you know, okay, this is for me because this is who I am and this is how it fits me.
And it also kind of stops you being a fashion victim as well, right? Because you're not just following the fashion, you're following what fits you or what suits you, right?
Yes, and I'm really happy that you mentioned that, because when we think about style, when we think about even like personal brand style and identity, we think immediately about fashion. And we think then about trends. It's like, in a way, it's connected, it goes together in our brain, that it's like it needs to be fashionable, and I don't want it. Some people, but it's also okay to follow trends. It's nothing wrong with that, but it's also okay not to do that.
Yeah.
It's not about trends. Right? Yes, and not to be this fashion victim, as you mentioned, because trends, some trends will live longer, some will be really short, and this is exactly a little bit a trap to have clutter. And what we want to declutter.
Right. First. Yes, that helps as well. Right. Okay, Bea. So I know that you have to go soon as well, so we'll wrap this up. But is there a way that listeners can contact you, or is there anything that you want to offer them on this call today?
would invite everybody to my challenge, which is 22nd of February.
Mm-hmm.
So I somewhere there we will put details. So
Yeah.
I started to say about clutter. It will be about decluttering as a first step to get to your style. I call it widely you, the one. So wardrobe detox for female entrepreneurs. So we will start to look for your masterpieces in your wardrobe in these 2 days. I call it electrify your business, because it's really, really a huge and very stable bridge between style and your business. So in this challenge, we will go inside your wardrobe and look for these masterpieces to help you fly in your business and start with start strong.
Okay, so the 21st and 22nd of February on Zoom, I guess, right?
Yes, it will be on Zoom. And I'm inviting everybody to just take whatever they need to start.
Okay, cool. So when we promote this podcast, and under the notes for the podcast, we'll put the link to apply.
Perfect.
Okay, and then we'll go from there. All right. So thank you so much.
Thank you, and thanks everybody.
It's so enlightening, and I hope it's helped everyone to understand how to be authentically you to grow your business as well. All right.
Thanks.
Okay, that's it for this episode. And if you've enjoyed it, then just press like and share it with others and subscribe so that you don't miss an episode in future. I would love to have you back. You can also check out my offers on angedove.com. That's ANGEDOVE.com. And if you'd like to inquire about coaching with me just to get that business built and fast track your success in doing that, then you can get on a call with me, and that's at angedove.com/apply, APPLY. I'd really love to speak to you on the call.